Welcome to Finest Worksongs. My name is Matt.
My name is also Matt.
Our summer jams continue. We are doing one song per episode instead of a full album. And we started off by calling them shorts, except, Matt, we're Gen X kids. We don't wear shorts.
No, man, we wore jams.
So these are our summer jams. Today, we're doing Ho Hey by the Lumineers. Just 4 minutes of that. Yeah, this was it, man. This will take you back about 14 years.
I kind of associate this song with early parenting. And there was something kind of innocent and fresh.
Maybe that's the key to why we all loved this stuff so much. And first of all, I want to say, so you're Mumford & Son and Lumineers and Head in the Heart and all that stuff. I'm not going to include the Avett Brothers in that because they predate and they post-date. I won't get into it, but I feel like there's a sincerity and a purity and a talent that goes beyond the trend.
They don't do the rollicking punk bluegrass stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Which is a natural sort of transition and a growth for a band. They're not stomp and holler.
And clap. And
they're not that anymore.
Yeah. This whole stomp clap trend, maybe the reason we loved it in those early childhood years is because it was almost like children's music.
Yeah.
That we were listening
kind of
to.
is.
Sing along and clap your hands, and you got a tambourine and a toy sounding ukulele.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah.
And then we grew out of it and we were like, oh my gosh. And first of all, for any Lumineers fans, you didn't come to hear us bash Lumineers. That's not what we're doing.
Yeah, no.
Right? I had the album. I like it. I think they are great songwriters. More about what happens around them. They didn't write this song being like, we're going to start making millennials dress up like Prohibition era.
Dexy's Midnight Runners.
Oh, yeah, they did dress like that, didn't they?
They were moonshiners.
I think they were just sincere people writing a song. Why did they write this song? Let's talk about that, Matt. Wesley Schultz and drummer Jeremiah, I don't know how to say his last name, I apologize, from New Jersey, grew up together. In an article in Songwriting Magazine, Wesley talks about living in New York, and he says this: I moved to the city with all these big dreams and wide eyes, but I felt pretty devastated by what I found. A lot of trust fund kids and not a lot of real artists. I wanted to tour and play music, and a lot of these people were like, oh, I'm in 6 bands. And I'm like, 6 bands? I'm barely able to keep up with one, and I really care about this. To them, it was almost like a fashion statement to be in a band more than it was their life. I had to work 2 or 3 jobs just to pay the rent. Yeah, and so then that's the opening of the song.
I've been trying to do it right. I've been living a lonely life.
You know, he's just working, playing music, and he said, I felt like I was in this tornado of chaos all around me, but all I really knew how to do was write songs.
I don't know where I belong. I don't know where I went wrong. But I can write a song.
You know, I always wondered about that line. Oh, this is a song to your sweetheart.
Seems like it.
Yeah, I belong with you. You belong with me.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, baby, you know what I'm good at?
Yeah.
The song blows up. It gets to number 3 on the Hot 100, which is
bad.
crazy. A 3-piece trying to make ends meet. I remember it being attached to Silver Linings Playbook.
Forgot about that until you mentioned that.
Yeah, it was in the trailer.
I don't know where I belong.
Hey!
Oh, what the hell?
I just want us to be friends.
So how did you lose your job?
I'm having sex with everybody in the office.
Everybody?
I was very depressed after Tommy died.
We don't have to talk about it.
Thanks.
How many were there?
And so you had this Ho Hey thing going on, and then you have Jennifer Lawrence, who's the up-and-coming star. Then you got Bradley Cooper, who's, you know, up-and-coming.
Hot.
He's up-and-coming hot. But yeah, that movie blew up.
Yeah.
And so I think that's part of why the song blew up. It's not even in the movie, Matt.
It's just in the trailer.
I think it plays in the credits. Maybe they tacked it on. And so it feels like one of those Hollywood decisions.
The song is on the cusp of blowing up. Let's leverage that. And it's an odd song to blow up, right? Very sparse, but a kick drum and a couple instruments, and that's it. But it's singable.
I belong with you. You belong with me, my sweetheart. I belong with you. You belong with me, my sweetheart.
It got probably overplayed, almost like a bellwether of a movement that kind of comes through, like any sort of musical genre that comes out of nowhere and spurs imitators and people want to latch onto it. And then you get record companies and producers who jump on at the end when it's probably too late and there's new acts that come along. Then you get to a point where you're exhausted. And then it starts to become something of a joke. We've talked about it before, that Family Guy clip when Peter Griffin is working with a hipster.
Also, my band is playing tonight at an inconvenient time. It's 6 unshowered guys and a pale woman with a ukulele shouting hey in unison. Because that's what music is now.
Hey! Hey!
Man, Family Guy, they'll take you down.
They will.
Apparently, there's another clip where Brian is in the library trying to hit on a girl.
So, who you reading?
George Eliot.
Ah, Georgie. I'm a big fan. I think she said it best when she said, Bantam Press, 1851. Lumineers?
What? You just said Lumineers with no context.
Did I do that?
Ugh.
So the other thing that made it blow up, do you remember those two little kids, sisters, Lennon and Maisie?
Yeah.
When someone gets on YouTube and then everybody's talking about it, and they covered it. Those two kids got onto that country TV show, Dixie Rose or Chitlins, and
Oh, sweet teas and sweet potatoes.
yeah, they were on that show, Bless Your Heart, and they performed the song, and that like rose to the top of the country charts.
Just that version.
Their version.
I belong to you, belong to me, in my sweet heart. I belong to you, belong to me, in my sweet heart. I don't think you're right for him.
It's lovely.
It's a pretty song.
They tone down the hose and the haze,
Yeah.
which is nice. It becomes this little sister jam.
Yeah.
It's really sweet. Here's another cover.
I've been trying to do it right. I've been living a lonely life.
So this guy's
I've been
scaling it
sleeping
back.
here
Yeah.
instead.
We don't have the
I've been
hose and the haze.
sleeping
Right.
So we're
in
getting
my
a feel of it without that.
bed. Sleeping in my bed. So show me
Yeah.
finally
There it is.
all the
This is how it should have been done.
I don't know
It's from
where
the
I
Sublime
went
Reggae
wrong.
Kings.
Of course it is.
Where I went wrong.
This is that
Investment banker.
yeah, all the
moving
Cayman
to the
Islands,
Caymans. And
drinking his red scratch. He's yelling from the bar. Sublime Reggae Kings, you better Bob Marley. I'm gonna make sure you get signed. Ugh, he's on Facebook looking up a college roommate that he went to Stanford with. He's like,
you got to check these guys out.
on the basis of this song, they got nominated for Best New Artist 2012. This is also the year that Mumford & Sons won Album of the Year. Somebody That I Used to Know was Record of the Year.
Okay.
Which, gosh, that song's annoying.
Yeah, it is.
But the Best New Artist went to Fun.
Fun with a period.
It's literally a sing-along. It's a brilliant melody, and they all sing it, so it invites you to sing it along.
Yeah.
It's rooted in a history of folk music in our country and beyond. And so there's a lot of good to it. And then there's just what the millennials did to it.
It's a great song. It's a great melody. It's good songwriting. Let's enjoy it for what it is.
This has been Summer Jams. We'll see you next time.
I belong with you, you belong with me, in my sweet heart. I belong with you, you belong with me, in my sweet heart.
Lumineers?
What?